Welcome back. In this lesson, we are going to design the notification screen. So before proceed, let's turn our navigation menu into a component so that we can reuse it over and over again for the remaining screens. So select the navigation, bring it out, and create components. So that's just it, as it is. So now we can cut it, Ctrl X, and take it back to our component page and come and keep it here. And we paste it there. So now let's go back to our design. And we go to our assets. And we select the component, that's it, and add instance. So we drag it and keep it there. Position it to the center of the frame. Okay. And leave the Y position to that. So now let's duplicate that for the next screen. Alt key drag. Okay, we are going to delete everything here except the navigation menu. Alright. So let's select everything. Shift key to make your selection and delete it. Okay. So go to our plugins. As the first icon, search for arrow. You need the back arrow this time, so we make use of that. Add it to the frame and keep it there to 60. Okay, then double tap to update the fill to our global color. So let's take our text tool and write notification, and this is going to be H1 on our font. Let's take it down to H2. Okay, and we keep it there. Okay, so we duplicate this text, Alt key, and you drag down. Then let's write to this date. Okay, today. So 7 2025. Okay, then select the text and go and detach the font and change it to body like text from our font library. Alright, so now let's move into creating the duplications and all that. So we're going to select a frame of width 360 and height 100. Let's see, 100. Then we give it background fill of our global color, which is this. Alright, you can also give it stroke of 0.5, and that should be the soda color. Okay, so inside this frame we're going to add our notifications inside. So let's take our text tool and write appointment reminder. So appointment reminder will be inside the frame. So we take it and put it inside this frame we just created, like this. Okay, so we duplicate that Alt key, we drag down to write a description of what it's all about. Okay, so let's see your appointment. We'll start after. So let's say this photo starts in 15 minutes. Okay, stay active. So we get to close the text frame, so that's it to correct that. Now select the text and change the alignment to that and bring it like this. So we're also going to reduce the large body text to this small body text from our library. Then we bring it and align it like this. Okay, then we text the text also. Let's reduce the opacity to 80. Okay, now select the two texts and align them to the left like this so that they'll be properly aligned, and spacing to 10, and make sure they don't exceed the frame we created. So we can now group them together. Alright, let's select the frame and go and give it corner radius of 15. I've not done that, and keep it like that. Okay, so next is going to be the icon that will be positioned there. Alright, so let's take a frame first of dimension 100 by 100. Okay, then let's give it corner radius of 50. Okay, and the background fill to our global color. Okay, and let's go to phosphor icon plugins and search for alarm. Okay, now this is time. Yeah, that should be alarm. So let's make use of either this or this, anyone. So we go with this, it's fine. So we take our frame, scale to, then we scale it and align it to the center of the frame, and change this color of the icon. Select the icon only and change the color to our global color, which is the white. Okay, so let's take off scale to and scale this frame size a bit and put it inside the frame like that. Okay, so one more thing we would like to do is to make sure it's let's take it down a bit again and make sure it's aligned. Then the X position, let's take it down to 20 from the inner frame. Okay, now you can select the two together and also align them, and their spacing to 30. So it's better this way. Alright, so we're done with the first one. Now this alarm should be like an alert background, so we change the fill to this. Alright, so now we can move faster. Select the frame and make a duplicate like this. Then we'll just update the text and the icon. So here is going to be appointment confirm. So here appointment status. Okay, then we're also going to change the icon to confirmation, right? So here let's look for check. All right, so make use of that. So we take this out first, delete it, and put the check inside the frame. Can take our scale tool and also increase the size a bit and align it to the center of the frame. Now select only the icon and go and update it back to our color. Then the confirmation, we can use green or blue for our colors. So let's use this. Then we now update the text. Okay. So you can say appointment, confirmed, by, then we just pick one of the doctors we have on our list. So let's say this person is making an appointment with the dentist. So by doctor, okay. So say meeting start at 11 or p.m. Okay. Yeah. 8 April 8 2025. So keep it like that. Whereas now you can select the two texts together and align them to the left, and also keep it as it is. So select the icon and also make sure it's centered aligned with the with respect to the frame. Alright, we're done with that. So let's duplicate Alt key, then we add one more, and this time we're going to add another subheading. So bring this one here, that will separate the first three. So let's say this is for the previous day, yesterday. So that's gonna be 6. All right. So now here also we can scale down the text to 90 and that here to 90% opacity. Okay. So here we can add another new features, alerts and all that. Okay. So here let's change the heading to new features. Okay. So here there was error here. So status. So new features. Then here we just randomly include what features our application have now. So let's say you can now mirror video conference. So we leave it like that. So now we're going to select the two together and also align them to the left. And here we also change the icon to a notification. So let's run our plugins again. change to alarm. We just make use of this. So add it to the frame. It's not drag it. No, I'm not seeing it. Just drag it. Then we double tap here and delete that one. Then select this one and put it inside the circle frame. Just tap it once and take it inside the frame. And use the alignment tool to position it properly. And we can also use our scale tool to increase the size a bit. For uniformity, we need to maintain the dimensions of everything. So this is 30 by 30, so this should be within same region. 30 by 30, and this one too should be within that 30 by 30. Alright, that's okay. Now let's select the icon only and update the fill to the same color, which is that. Alright, then we can change the background fill as well for one of our global colors. Let's go there to this. Okay, so we proceed. We're going to duplicate this and bring another heading. Then the last frame also duplicate it and bring it here. Alright, so let's backdate this. Maybe let's say Tuesday. So take this to Tuesday and just put the date there for Tuesday. Okay, randomly, it doesn't matter. Then here you can add more notification that were there. So in this case, instead of doing over and over again, we just delete this and go and duplicate the first one and bring it. Excuse me, that is not what I wanted to delete. To delete this frame instead, then we'll bring this frame, Alt key, then you drag it down. Then we'll just put a kind of notification that was there on Tuesday. Then the booking appointment also, you can duplicate it and bring it down. Okay, so this time we're going to select the navigation menu and bring it to the front so that the booking appointment can be behind that. Okay, so now you can just update this text to whatever you like so that it will look different. Okay, so I think we are done with this frame. So what we're going to do now is to make proper arrangement and alignment. Okay, so that is very important. So I'm going to select the text and this, align them to the left. So, and the spacing between them two, heading and that of that 10. Okay, so similarly we'll select this and this, align them properly, then the spacing between them to 30. Okay, then here and the heading as well, select the two to the left, spacing between them to 10. This and this to the left, the spacing to 10. Okay, then this and this to the left and the spacing to 30 as well. Okay, so that's done. Then we can now align them properly to the center of the frame, so this way the items will not be too close to each other. But one thing again I'm noticing, we could touch some things, but let's see first. So now we rename this as notification, and also make sure you are renaming your items respectively from the layer panel. It's very important. Okay, So now we have something like this. Let's take a quick preview to see the final result. Okay, so if you preview now, you should have this for the notification screen, something like this. But however, I'm seeing some lapses, so we're going to fix that quickly. Seems like these frames are not aligned properly, so let's select them together. Or you can see this, align them like that. Okay, so now before we proceed, we select our navigation menu, go to our prototype, and we give it what fix to stay in one place, that should not scroll. Okay, then we select the main frame and to vertical. Alright, so now let's go and preview again. See the final result. So we should have something like this. And if you want it to scroll, you can increase the height of the frame, that will make it scroll. So just come here and design and just increase the frame height a bit. Okay, so we go back and preview. We should be able to scroll now. So that's it. Or if you notice, the text is not scrolling, solely the frames that are scrolling. So if you want the text and all the frame to scroll together, you're going to make another duplicate of this frame, then put it separately, then you now add that frame into the parent frame. That way all the content will scroll together. So that is the challenge I'm giving you to do. So you do that and share it with me. You create another frame and you put that frame for that. Okay, so we can now take down this navigation menu down and position it there, and make sure it's centered, aligned. Okay, so we're still in the home. All right, congratulations, we're done with the notification screen. In the next lesson, we'll continue with the favorite doctor screen. See you there.